This week in Ken's Tech Lab, we don't have just one vacuum robot. We have two vacuum robots. To unbox and talk about. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody, and like I said on the intro, I have two robot vacuums to unbox. Now, a little backstory on this is I had the first Roborock vacuum, version 1 that was made, and it was one of the best robot vacuums I've ever had. And that was a while back. I actually took it to work and it ran around work for a while until it died. So when I gave that to work, I went ahead and bought a Roomba. And I bought the Roomba with the self-cleaning dock that would vacuum itself out. And the Roomba has a camera that actually shows kind of up, slanted upwards to get its directions and mapping, and it bumps into things a lot harder than the version 1 of the Roborock. So I said, well, okay, eventually I'll buy another Roborock. And so just recently I've taken the Roomba, I boxed it back up, and I've taking that to work. Also, in my upstairs area, I had a Shark vacuum, and it was the first one they came out with a automatic cleaning bin on it, and I purchased that. Matter of fact, that was a Walmart buy, and that Shark has the same electronics for mapping, which is a camera shooting up. Now, one thing that I like about the Roborock is its LiDAR system. So it has cameras in the front and a LiDAR system. And that's what we're going to unbox today. Now, I bought two of them because I got rid of the Shark also, due to the fact that both of these systems, my second floor and my main floor vacuums, now can be on the same app. And I also had a Roomba floor wash, and that was actually a secondary piece that you would fill with water, and you would, mop the floors. Well, the first one we have here on top is the Q5 Plus by Roborock. It has a self-emptying bin, just like the Shark I had. It's not the high end, but I don't need that for the second floor. And we're going to unbox this one first. And then the second one we have is going to be the daddy of them all, the Roborock S7 Max Ultra. Now, this baby has the automatic vacuum that cleans the bin. It also has a floor mop built into it, and it has a cleaner and water dispenser for the floor mop. So we're going to see how well that's going to do. And both of these have the LiDAR system, so the mapping should be excellent on both of these units. So let me get this together and we'll be right back. Welcome back. So what I did was I got rid of the big one, and let's do the first unboxing here, which this is the Q5 Plus Roborock. Auto emptying dock, precision navigation, LiDAR, powerful suction, 3D mapping, and quick mapping. So hopefully this does a really good job. Now, this doesn't have the cameras in it like the 7 Plus over here does. as that has cameras to actually detect wiring and socks laying in the middle of the floor and other things. And actually tell you what it is that it finds in the middle of your floor. This one is mostly just a good LiDAR sensor mapping system that won't run into the walls as hard as, well, Roomba does. So let's undo this. See what we get in the box. They did tape it up good. Okay. All right. Got it open. Okay, we have a very big quick start guide. So anybody that even tells you how to unbox it or how the boxing is put back. I needed this when I actually was doing the shark, putting it back in its box. I couldn't figure out how to get the shark back together in the styrofoam like it was packaged when I received it. So I actually had to look up a video on the unboxing of the shark so I could see how it went back in the box. This one actually, if you can see it, has a picture of the box and the packing and how it comes out of the box, or if you need to, put it back in the box. That's kind of cool. All right. This feels like it's the floor side. This is where the unit's going to roll back up and the vacuum sits in here. That's kind of weird because normally what they'll do is make this one piece with the vacuum unit, and this is usually just an add-on right here if they need to package it a little bit smaller in the box. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be using vacuum bags in the system. These vacuum bags look exactly like the vacuum bags that were used in my other vacuum, that it slides down, and when you pull it up it kind of blocks the area so your dust doesn't fly back out. Take that, shoot that over there. Here's the vacuum itself. Roborock. Its design is the same on all of them, you know, with the LiDAR in the center. The one that I had, the first one, the LiDAR was more up front. This one's got, get this out a little bit. They lift completely up, easy, and out. If you didn't need to empty this or clean it, it's right off the top. It also has the filter system right there, and right off the top, so you have to flip it over to get to, or pull it out the back to empty it if you didn't have the empty bin or you didn't want to use it. Okay. get this out of the way so I can have some more room. Alright, get rid of the box. Let's see what we have. This is the bin. We have a plug, and we have the manual. Yes, Q5 Plus owner's manual. Okay, so how this goes is over here. So the dock itself, the bottom of the dock, the tray, has a rubber ring right here, and it has an intake for the vacuum right here to clean it. Let me make sure nothing is here. Make sure this is as easy. And it just sits in there, just like that. And on the sides we have tape. Okay, the lid comes off the top, and inside the top of this is the bag. So it is just like the other one. It actually has a hole, and if you need to replace the bag, you pull up on it, which then that will close up. There's the hole that would be open, so none of the dust gets out and you can just throw this in the trash. Now these bags last quite a long time, I can tell you that. Almost 6 months, if not longer, with continuous use. Now the difference with the Shark that I had was, like all Shark vacuums, they come with a disposal where the bottom drops out and all the dirt will go into the trash can, and then you just shake it and pop the bottom back up and put it back in. That's a little bit different. I kind of like the bag, even if it does cost a couple dollars to order more bags. These bags are not paper, they're actually a material of some sort. And I do like the bag system more than I like just emptying the, or letting the dirt fall out of the bottom of the unit. So charging is going, let me get it, there's actually a glass or plastic here, and it wants me to take the protective film off, which I will do. Okay, everybody can see that. We will take the power cable. This is a very heavy duty power cable. The other nice thing about a lot of these robots, and Roborock I think was the first one that had this, but they have it where you only need, like, you'll get a whole bunch of cable to use for power, but it doesn't have to be laying around your floor. You can wind it up in the back. So this plugs into the side right here. And then you decide of how much you want to use. If not, there's just you wrap it around the back. So let's put this in the lab. And I don't see any other protections on here itself. It has one side brush, and it's not a brush really, it's a rubber swipe, like a sweeper, a rubber sweeper. The bottom of it, this is one thing that Roborock I think should have changed. This is the same brush system as the original, and that is a brush, and then the plastic wipes. Okay, so it's brush wipe when it goes around, and a lot of times hair, and if it does a bathroom, the hair gets stuck around this, and it doesn't go to the side. Now, one nice thing that I know about my other vacuum, it had the wipe with no brush, and it went on a V inward, so the hair would kind of run through the center and break off. They did a good job with that. Oh, so if I put it in right, okay, put that back in, and then you have the little door that just closes it, so this is real easy to remove if you need to do maintenance. Alright, the vacuum is very light, so you can tell that electronics is getting smaller for these. So let me put this up. See if I got the yeah, I got them right. A little story about the first Roborock that I owned, which was version 1. When it came to me, or when I went out and bought it, it came straight from China. So the box had China writing on it, and when I started the Roborock up, its language was Chinese, and you had to switch it to English from Chinese after the first software update, because before that you didn't have that update to actually speak English, and that was a story and a half. And the one time that when it did break, after I took it to my work, it was hit by a door, and when I went to actually see if it was all okay and I checked it out, it was speaking Chinese again, and it lost its English. That's just a little fun fact story for you. All right, she's all on in her caddy. I need to join this to my phone. All right, so the first thing that you do is download the Roborock app, and it just goes through and starts showing you all their different makes. This is scan to connect, and it wants to scan. So it says the QR code
Dustbin removed
is right underneath the ear. Oh, it's right here. There we go. All right. What it wants to do.
Dustbin installed.
That brings back memories. That's the same voice that I had before. Reset Wi-Fi by holding in these two.
Resetting Wi-Fi.
Hit next. It wants to know what Wi-Fi to use. Okay, I'm going to tell it to use my 2.4 gigahertz due to the fact that most things want that. Okay, I told it to join my Wi-Fi on the 2.4 gigahertz. So that failed.
Dustbin removed.
Welcome back. So I had to, well, it took me about an hour to get this thing on my Wi-Fi network, and I don't know if it was between my Apple phone or my network or me, but I finally got it. But I didn't want to keep you guys watching me trying to fight with getting this on the Wi-Fi. It did get on the Wi-Fi. It is on my phone now on the Roborock app, And I do have a few things. One of them is going to be that the robot voice. This looks like it used to. English. You have Chinese, simplified Chinese, or France, and not Italian, Spanish. So they did add 2 more languages to this. One thing else that you do with the app is I'm going to be taking this and doing a mapping for it first. But you can empty the robot, so when it gets back to the dock, it will pull into the dock, automatically empty itself into the bag that I showed you. But if you want to, you can run it again from the app. And then it sits there and waits for its next scheduled run. So I'm going to stop this right here. We're going to put it in its place and let it go do a mapping job. So this is doing a mapping run right now, and it's going to make a complete map of the house. And it does go under the bed, and hopefully it does not get stuck like the other vacuum did. And right now, like I said, it's just doing a mapping run. I told it don't clean, just run around and map the house. So this is the 2nd floor of the house with all the bedrooms and the bathroom. And this is the Roborock Q5 Plus. Okay, so while that one's upstairs doing its first mapping scene, let's open the big one. This one is an all-in-one mopping and vacuuming robot. And the reason why I got this is my entire first floor is hardwood floors. And I do have a hot mop, one of the ones that act steam. I guess they're called steam mops. They get hot and put out hot water. But this one does the floors, and I have a little bit of carpet as you walk in the front door for your wipe off your feet, take our shoes off there. So this can clean the carpet and the floors. So let's open this one up. Like this, put a little room over here. This one's gonna be bigger than the other one. And again, you have the unboxing and shows you how to set it up. Gives you a QR code to be able to download the Roborock app. And that's how you control them all. And I was telling you that I did have the other mop system, and that would actually start the mop after the vacuum finished. So it was completely 2 separate jobs altogether. And you had to clean them off when you got back. This one will clean the mop itself. At least that's what it advertises. And we have the first part as it rolls up. I keep all the plastics and everything because, well, I like gadgets, and when the next new bright shiny thing comes to market, you know I have to have it. Instructions, and this one says safety guidelines and certifications. Okay, we'll put that over there. Take out the first layer of styrofoam, and on the very top is the robot. This one is a lot heavier than the Q5 that we just unboxed. The 7 Max Ultra, and I believe there's an 8 out or coming out already, and that was not available at the time that I purchased this. And I did purchase this during the Amazon Prime Day sales because I got $300 off of this, and you can't beat that. That was a good deal. Okay, what do we have? We have the mop. We also have, now this one has the complete rubber sweeper on it, so you don't have the hair problem like you would with the one with the brush. It has your center roller, just like most of them do. It has the one side brush, and it has your traction wheels, your LiDAR on top, and let's see what this has. It looks like it has a back camera, 2 side cameras, and a front camera. It has your edge sensors, so it can't fall down the stairs. But there is no edge sensors where the mopping is, so I hope it can't back itself down the stairs. Just a little thought. Alright, let me put this down so I get the big part of this out. Comes with a thick power plug, and you would think it would be black to match the unit, but it's not. It's a light gray. Again, same bag system, so I won't open it, so it's the same as this one right here. That gives me 2 spare bags. Put this box over here. Here is the cleaner. And they did put a nice piece of tape on that, so we'll lay this back down. There we go. I knew I could find a side, did not have to rip this. That looks complicated in there. All right. This is the money part right there. This cleans the mopping side, fills the mopping side, empties the dirty water. It does everything, including emptying the vacuum part itself. So, get a better look at this. Turn it around. Beautiful system. We have tape all over the place holding it all together. All right. In the back, we have the same wraparound for the cord. We have the individual, this one says dirty water tank. And each one of them has a piece of plastic protection wrapped around it. Okay, there's the dirty water tank. It's got the infills right here on the back, sort of like a coffee pot. Where's the, yeah, in the back, like that. This is the clean water tank. Same protection around it. Now, since I'm not a vacuum reviewer, I do not have the CF, how powerful these are, or anything like that. I'm just showing you something that I purchased, and I thought it was kind of cool to put it on the channel. All right. Again, we have the water filler on the back. Last but not least, well, that's different. So it looks like we have a rubber sealed lid. This is just like the Q5 lid. So they kept it the same, and it just covers the vacuum bag that you would pull out right here in the corner. So the only thing you have to do is pick this up, roll it goes that way, yeah, it does go that way. Go. And I did, since I did turn on the vacuum, you saw on that other one, was able to see the bag blow up as it, as the suction, the vacuum, the inner vacuum. So you could actually see through here to make sure that your bag is not too full. Make sure that this goes on the end. It has little wheels on it to help it get up. Locks right in. Little piece of plastic there. And it's using the same vacuum part where it takes it out of the bottom of this unit right here in the same fashion as the Q5. So they're about in the same category. Again, I'm going to take this out. Now this dock has a lot going on with it, so I do not know the difference what will happen when I plug this in. It's probably going to be screaming that there's no water in it. Okay, so what I see on here, the only indication that I can see that the Roborock base is alive is it does have a red light right there. So I would think that this goes in backwards. Okay, it does have a power button. So it looks like it has a spot clean button, a power button, and then a go home button on the top of this, right above the LiDAR. Okay, there's no words. So let me get this on the app and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. This one is on my phone. It only took me a few minutes. I think I've learned the secret, and the problem was me being too anxious to go forward, because what you need to do is, after you choose your own network for it to join, and it goes on to the next part, which lets you, it joins to the robot's Wi-Fi. You need to let it sit there for a few extra seconds to connect thoroughly before going back to the app off of your Wi-Fi selection. And I wasn't doing that, so it would never connect. So what it came up is that it's docked, and asked me if I wanted to wash the mop. Since everything's dry and there's no water in here yet, we won't be doing that. But it is saying that the S7 Max Ultra needs a BIOS update, so we'll
recharge to at least 20% and keep the robot docked for firmware upgrade.
Okay, so I don't think that this thing thinks it's docked right, because it's not charging, and it's at 47% as far as the battery level is concerned, but it's not charging. So I'm going to put it onto the regular floor where it's going to live, and then we'll try it from there. Okay, that's how it looks all set up. It's doing the firmware update right now. It's going to be in its permanent place where it's going to live. I filled up the water bucket, the clean water. And don't mind the noise, that's what you hear in most of my videos, is the
Firmware
robots.
update complete.
Okay, it finishes up its firmware update. And that's a Roborock S7 Ultra. Alright, so this S7 Ultra, I've just sent that onto a mapping run, so it can map the house and do its job tomorrow or this weekend. Welcome back, and I've spent a couple days with the vacuums, and the Q5 Plus, which is upstairs in all carpet, did a fantastic job. I also have the S7 Max Ultra, which is the one with the cleaning station on it, and that did a wonderful job. I had to do the entire first floor, which is all hardwood floors, and it did a great job. It even went back to the docking station, cleaned the mop, and then continued on with the clean cycle. So I have no complaints with either one of these vacuums. I'll throw a couple the links down below in the description, and I'll have some videos mixed in with this that you've probably already seen from the Roborock of how they actually work. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment below. Like always, stay awesome.